Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. This is Michelle Reads YA, and today I have a unhaul video for you. So I am on a journey of reading my shelves, which is like, what a concept, I know. So during that, I have acquired a lot of unwanted books on my shelves. So I have given a ton of books away. Alex got the fantasy, Erica got the contemporary. Like, that's just how it goes. However, I do have some that no one wanted, so they are going to be sold, hopefully, at McKay's, or if they are ARCs, I don't even know if I have any ARCs. They are going in a little free library. But I just wanted to show you what I'm getting off of my shelves. So I believe all of these are red. What I'm doing is, if a book has gotten a rating of 3.5 to 4 or lower, I'm unhauling it. Like, I'm not gonna read it again, or I can check it out from the library, no problem, but I just like don't feel like I want to hold onto something that just got like an average rating from me. So that's these. Let me show them to you. The first one is The Duchess Steele by Tessa Dare. I did this for the Romance Project. I gave it 3 stars. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this book. I just don't think I'm going to read it again. So yeah. The next one I read for book club and I don't remember the rating. So that's not good, but so that's The Paper Girl of Paris by Jordan Taylor. I think everyone in my book club was actually in agreement of this one, that it was like okay, but it wasn't the best historical fiction that we have ever read, so it's getting unhauled. Oh, I did not technically really read this one. I DNF'd it, but that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I think I got like 15 hours into like this 38-hour audiobook. This was also for the Romance Project, so like I'm kind of proud of myself, but this is not my jam, so it's goodbye. The next one I don't even think I attempted to read, and I'm really sorry about that, and no one in my friend group wanted that, and that is The Poppy War. This is just not, it's not. So, unhauling. The next one I didn't get to at all for the Fantasy Project, which I'll put above, and that is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I read The City We Became by this author and gave it 3 stars, and I think I also unhauled that and someone took it, so that's great. I know that this one is told in like second person, and I don't think, and like, I am not an avid fantasy reader, and it would just confuse the fuck out of me. So like, this one scared me for the Fantasy Project, and I just I'm not gonna read it. Stop wasting money on fantasy. That's the goal. The next one was a DNF, and that is 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. I listened to the audiobook of this, and it just annoyed the fuck out of me, and I did not get very far with the audiobook, so it has not stood the test of time. The next one is Call Me By Your Name. I read this and gave it 3 stars. It was good. I think this is a rare one where I liked the movie better than the book, and I just don't think it's something I'm going to read again. The next one is also a DNF, and that is Verify by Joelle Chaberneau. I always get that wrong. I also listened to this on audiobook, and although I think the idea of this book was really cool, the execution of it was not cool. So it was a fail for me. Also, it's dystopian that was like literally written in 2019, and like I just don't think this is the author to bring back dystopian. I just don't. The next one is Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. If you know, you know. This is my favorite murder podcast host. I love that podcast. I read this book. It was very entertaining, but I just don't feel like I'm going to go back and read it again. I bought this this like came out right when I started getting into that podcast and podcasts in general. So like the timing just lined up and I'm glad I read it, but like I'm not gonna read it again. The next one is The Color Project. I tried my darndest to read this ginormous contemporary and I DNF'd a contemporary. So don't feel bad about it, but look at that cover, like the potential. Ugh. Next one is Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Bushnell and Katie Cotugno. This was like a YA version of My Dark Vanessa. It was fine. I think I gave it 3 stars, but I just don't feel like it's something I have to go back to, or if I wanted to go back to it, I would listen to the audiobook again. Oh, I missed. This next one was for the Fantasy Project that I never even got to. I never even started it, and that's Not Even Bones. It's just a no for me. I just like, I'm not gonna buy any more fantasy, she says. Okay. The next one was for the Fantasy Project that I did not get to, and that is Graceling by Kristen Cashore. I know this is like an OG YA fantasy, and it's been on my shelves for so long, and I didn't get to it because I didn't want to because I don't like fantasy. Okay. This next one we read for book club this year? Last year? Who even remembers? It was not good. I gave it 2 stars. That's More Than Maybe by Erin Han. I want to like this author so much, and granted, I've only read this book by this author, so like, I don't know, but this was not it. Like, I love contemporary, right? I love contemporary. I love romance in contemporary. I love teens falling in love. Like, that is my thing, and this was so boring, and like, I don't remember anything about it, so she has to go. The next one is something I got because I'm dumb, and that is Suspicious Minds, like part of the Stranger Things thing. I thought I was gonna read it, but in actuality, I'm just going to rewatch Stranger Things while I wait forever and a half for the next season to come out. So like, okay. And nope, 2 more books. I can't see. Okay. The next one, what, is The Brilliant Death by A.R. Capetta. I attempted to read this for the Fantasy Project on, don't remember anything about it, but remember that I did not like it, so that's it. But this cover, I know. Oopsie. And finally, we have Sex and the City by Candace Bushnell. This has been on my shelves since I was a teenager because I started watching Sex and the City at a very young, impressionable age, and I thought that I was going to read the book, and I never have. It's literally almost been 20 years since I watched Sex and the City for the first time. God, I'm old. But I have never read this, and I am never going to read this, so that's it. So these are the ones that no one wanted. If you like watch my fantasy and romance project, you will see that there are a ton of books that I read, and those went to other homes of my friends. So these are just like the rejects of my rejects. So that's it. I will probably have another UnHaul at the end of the year, and I'm gonna save like these books to to sell at McKay's with the rest of the books that I'm trying to get off my shelves this year. So these are books that I have read or I'm never going to read, but the goal is to read them, and if they get anything less than 3.5 or 4 stars, it really like depends on the book for me, it's off the shelves. So that's it. So thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye!